Hey everyone, it's Danny B here. Dover has wrapped up, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, as much as I would love to step in and talk about this race at Dover, I didn't get to see all of it. I got to see at least, the first little bit of the race on Sunday like everyone else did before the rain hit. But then, today I got to do my usual Monday through Friday job. I'm a YouTube channel manager for a Christian media company and, kind of busy doing that thing during the day. So I did get to kind of listen to a little bit of the end of it. I keep this TV over my shoulder here, but I don't get to watch it. I was able to listen to the end of the race. I only got to see a little bit of it because I was in meetings most of the day today. So, unfortunately, that's just one of those things. I didn't get to see all of it, so I don't want to try to give anything, any opinions on a race that I really didn't get to see all of. However, I will say this, what I did see, or what I did get to, pay attention to, tires were an issue in this race. There's no denying that. And that led to a lot of problems for a lot of different guys. And, it made things get interesting with pit strategy too in this one. Obviously, we saw great speed from Alex Bowman and Kyle Busch. It looked like we were going to see, maybe the culmination of the Las Vegas stuff coming together. We were going to see the hack versus Kyle Busch. Was Alex Bowman going to find a way to back into another one? But caution would mess all that up. It would throw that strategy out the window for both of those guys, putting them a lap down, having to take the wave around, coming from the back. Kyle Busch never really come up for the field as much as the 48 car did. The 48 car did rally to finish 5th place. I think he had a great car. He was very close to becoming a repeat winner at this track. He was really close going back to back. And, but unfortunately with the, strategy that happened because of the caution, we didn't get to see that happen. His teammate though, Chase Elliott, did go on to get the win. So a lot of 9 fans are very happy today seeing Chase Elliott get the first win of the season. His first win on an oval since Phoenix 2020. So, that had to feel good for the 9 team to get back to victory lane on something other than a road course as well. But what I do want to get into today is something that we covered on this channel last week. And, it's one of those stories that most people aren't going to want to talk about. But, I don't mind, talking about this story with the assistance of one of my good friends, Noah Lewis, who is a NASCAR reporter who gets the privilege to be at most of the races. And he was able to share some of his footage from this weekend on YouTube. And he's allowed me to kind of give some credit to kind of talk about what was discussed by Denny Hamlin this weekend. So first of all, we're going to take a look at what Denny Hamlin said to the media this weekend. And remember, he did have to go through and begin his sensitivity training at the end of this week, or at the end of this past week, I should say. I would assume that has started. But overall, let's listen to this and let's hear what is the biggest takeaway from Denny Hamlin and what is the takeaway from Kyle Larson, who Noah Lewis's good friend and colleague Peter Stratta was able to talk to as well. So let's take a look at the 2 different conversations and then let's reflect on what was said by each individual.
When people started reacting to your tweet, what was kind of going through your mind and kind of what was the process from once you saw what the reaction was?
I don't know. I mean, I think most of it was positive, and but my reaction to the negative is that they just didn't understand what I was doing there. It's just placing a joke.
Do you think you need to go to sensitivity training for that?
I mean, listen, I respect their decision. I think I understand where they're at with it. I've done my own sensitivity training. I did diversity training on my own when I started this race team. I went with the best in the country and spent time with them, and I understand it all. I just I didn't think this fell into that category, but certainly I understand their decision, and it is what it is.
All right, so in that first part of the clip there, you heard Bob Pocker stepping in and asking him what was the reactions to people around him, what was the reactions to Denny Hamlin himself when people started coming out and saying that this wasn't a good thing. And what Denny Hamlin essentially said there is kind of something that I kind of said in my video last week on this whole situation. Most people, he felt like could understand the joke that was implied. It was more, what he was saying was more on Kyle Larson's driving, not necessarily the orientation, the race of the person that was used in the meme. And that's kind of what Denny Hamlin was getting at. They people just, in his eyes, didn't understand the joke that he was trying to say. And then I think I heard Toby Christie step up after Bob Pockrass, and he asked him, do you think you need to go to sensitivity training? And Denny Hamlin probably gave the best answer he could there in this situation. He kind of said just, he respects the decision by NASCAR, and he's going to step in and do exactly what he's supposed to do.
Did you, when you did the tweet, did you see the Asian correlation, or did you just think?
I saw the correlation in the driving. That was it. I didn't even think twice about the other, that's the insensitive part, right? Is that because I am super, first of all, I didn't, but whoever created it put, I guess, his name in front of a woman who's speaking Asian. You're making fun of that.
All right, going back to that clip right there, and this goes into something else that I think just needs to be not forgotten in this case. Denny Hamlin said something very clear there. He said that he did not make the meme, which is true. Denny Hamlin simply reposted it, and, in his eyes, again, he said that he only shared it because it matched the driving style that Kyle Larson had. He did not make this meme, and I do want this to be clear. This was made by a Instagram page called Dank NASCAR Memes, and ironically, the guy behind this account is actually a Denny Hamlin fan, and he's kind of laughed a little bit about this. The guy running this page, or whoever it is running this page, they have laughed about this a little bit. They've even made a little meme saying, that it started off as making a meme template and going up to getting his favorite driver in trouble. So, hey, I think the guy running the page knows that he did something wrong there. And I think Denny Hamlin knows he did something wrong by sharing a meme on his public profile that, landed him in some hot water last week.
So you saw it and then you posted it.
Yeah, someone gave it to me and I thought it was hilarious, but it also is insensitive. I understand. I definitely understand how, some people could find it offensive, and if it's one, then it's one too many.
You've been pretty vocal and share your opinion on Twitter. Does this change that?
I don't know. I mean, it's certainly discouraging from that aspect, but I'll always continue to be me, and it's not always going to be the most popular thing, but I am who I am, and certainly I never will stop continuing to grow. I always want to be a better person, better dad, better partner, better team owner, better driver. I always strive to try to be better, and I work really hard at it, and that's why voluntarily I did this, more extensive training on my own, years ago. So it just worked out the way it did, and certainly I put myself in a bad spot.
Now, I think that last part right there, what Denny Hamlin just said, that is a key thing to remember right there. He recognizes how insensitive it was by not recognizing the correlation of the Asian descent right there. He recognizes that part. But what he does want to make sure people don't forget is that he has already took extra steps to do his own diverse sensitivity training. So he himself and the team also employs many others of many different descents on their race team. They have African Americans working for them. They have LGBT members working for them. They have members from various different backgrounds working for their team. So the thing to remember here is I don't think anyone thinks that Denny Hamlin is a racist. I really don't. And I'd hope that no one thinks that because he posted a meme that was directed towards his good friend, Kyle Larson, who happens to be an Asian driver. So let's remember that, and let's cool our heads a little bit. I've seen some people who they're getting a little hot. They're saying NASCAR is woke. They're saying Denny Hamlin should be in trouble. I'm seeing it from all different directions. Let's just remember, at the end of the day, these are still people, and this is their honest reactions. They make mistakes just like you and I, and nobody is perfect. But hey, that's from Denny Hamlin's words. Let's go see what his good friend Kyle Larson had to say about all this before we end this episode.
I think NASCAR, you did what they had to do, and I appreciate Denny you going through the steps to learn from that. Obviously, it was just poor judgment on his part, and I think being in the position that we're in, you have to be very careful with what you put out to the public. So I know he'll learn a lot from it here these next couple weeks, and I think we're all just ready to move past it and get back and focused on racing.
I know you're friends, but were you offended by it at all?
I wasn't personally offended by it, but I know, because he is my friend, but I know, and I think he knows now how there's millions of other people that a tweet like that could offend. So no hard feelings from me, but I think, like I said, I think after you put something out there, you realize how offensive it can be.
So yeah, there it is, straight from Kyle Larson. He is not personally offended, but he does also recognize how people could be offended by this. You got to remember what Kyle Larson went through in 2020. Obviously, huge life-changing moment for Kyle Larson. Nearly lost his whole racing career, was able to bounce back, become a better person after what happened to him. It's probably for the better that this happened involving Kyle Larson to an extent, because what better person for Denny to reach out to and to learn from in all of this? Denny Hamlin is going to take the steps to go through sensitivity training. The thing I want to keep saying is that I don't think anyone thinks Denny Hamlin is racist just because he shared this meme, but he does recognize why it was wrong. And I think that's what really everyone should understand. I think everyone does realize, okay, it's 2022. I guess you shouldn't be in a position like Denny Hamlin is in and showcase memes like that. Now, if an account on Instagram called Dank NASCAR Memes wants to do that, well, that's on them. They're not associated with NASCAR. They are just a comedy page meant for memes related to NASCAR. And I think everyone knows that. So, take this, what we're taking away from this whole situation, and then we're going to wrap things up here. The rest of it will be handled behind the scenes by NASCAR and Denny Hamlin and everyone else involved. Denny Hamlin will come out of this a better person, and I don't think we're going to see this mistake made twice by Denny Hamlin, that's for sure. I don't want to start too much debate, fighting, anything like that. We're not here to do that. But yeah, that's what I've took from all this between Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson after what happened last week. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I always say this is open for, discussion down below. And that's what the beauty of YouTube comment sections are. You get people from various different backgrounds that can give their thoughts and opinions on situations other than me. Hey, I'm Danny B. I'm the YouTuber here, but I can only give a one-way conversation here. Everyone can have a two-way, multiple-way conversation down below in the comment section. And hey, if you want to get some good race reviews from this weekend, because again, I can't say I can give you too much from this week's race at Dover. I will probably get a chance to catch up on it, and we will give you that on the NASCAR Weekly podcast later on this week. But hey, go check out my friends, The Iceberg. He put up his review of Dover today. I'm sure my good buddy Eric Easton will have an Out of the Groove coming up today with his thoughts following Dover. So there'll be plenty of other guys on YouTube to give you their thoughts following Dover. But hey, thanks for watching this video, and special thanks to Noah Lewis and Peter Stratta for providing over some of those clips that you saw in today's video. And until next time, thanks so much for watching. Darlington's coming up this weekend, so there's going to be a special throwback paint scheme reaction video of myself and Claudia, as we usually do each throwback week each year. So be on the lookout for that. Leave a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for more NASCAR and other motorsports content here on DannyBTalks. And until next time, have a great day. Bye, guys. Hey, race fans. Thanks for watching this video from DannyBTalks. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to hit subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss another video from my channel.